Rick Barbaria. He has the strike.
2 in a row for Rick, so he's making good shots. He just needs the rest of the team to kind of get involved, and he'll be all right.
There is our score, 43-pin advantage for Braasch Pro Shops. Andy Neeman, the anchor man. Well, these left-handers got to be making you proud.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's why they're on the bottom. As I mentioned, I watched the match play all day today. I'm watching the players go, the teams go from pair to pair. The left-handers could play pretty much anywhere from, depending on which pair, of course, around that second arrow, just outside of it or just inside of it. And the right-handers tend to had to move a little more because of the ball track. The left-handers, I felt, had a slight advantage, and they're showing you why right here. They're making good shots, but they're also getting a very consistent ball reaction.
Get 224 if he strikes out here.
Well, that one, he missed his target by about an arrow and a half.
What difference did it make, huh? Not exactly the way you'd want it, but you'll take it.
He's been playing between the second and third arrow, and that one was inside the third arrow. So going away, Brooklyn got the job done. Take another look. Now, this one, he'll be relaxed, so he'll probably hit what he's looking at and leave a 7-pin. Now, that one's out just outside the third arrow, and it's all in the pocket.
And a wonderful finish, 224 for Braasch Pro Shops. Neeman really on target. Marv Lavasseur.
Well, here's when Marv has to show what he's made of. Get him back into this match, catch a couple of strikes here, take advantage of the strike in the 9th frame, get him out with at least a 180 game so that they have a chance to be in the hunt for that next game. Oh, that's way out there. Giving it lots of room and trusting it, but it's just not getting back for him.
He's 23 years of age and 4-time Oregon Bowling Association champion. He's got a lot of experience. Well, Braasch is going to have a lead of over 60 pins after this first game.
Two things, Jay. One is that there could be a difference between lane 59 and lane 60, which could make a major difference when they switch lanes, which they will do after this game ends for the second game of this 2-game total pin match. The other thing is the left-handers. There's being quite a few of them out there bowling right now, which is kind of unusual. They will have the lanes go through a transition for them, which they are normally don't have. Because of so many of them bowling, they're going to move the oil around, so they're going to have to make adjustments like the right-handers normally would have to make. The lanes will change for the left-handers.
Well, a big win for the Braasch Pro Shops in Game 1, 67 pins. We'll be right back.
Whether at work or on the lanes, you're sure to be recognized as an ABC member with this limited edition, richly coated 24-karat gold Centennial ring. Or show your pride with this stylish, handcrafted solid sterling silver members ring. And don't miss out on the striking limited edition ABC Centennial Stein. Each numbered stein is 7.5 inches high, features a solid pewter lid and a ceramic insert with the ABC Eagle logo. To order, call Cardinal Marketing at 1-800-999-BOWL. Visa MasterCard accepted, satisfaction guaranteed.
You're a winner, and you deserve recognition. In sanctioned leagues and tournaments, 2 million awards are handed out each year by the national governing bodies of bowling, the American Bowling Congress, the Women's International Bowling Congress, and the Young American Bowling Alliance.
But your membership card entitles sanctioned league bowlers to more than the awards program.
There's more than $1 million each for college scholarships and veterans hospitals, bowlers supporting their communities.
Every member has a chance to compete in thousands of special events, locally, nationally, and internationally.
Sanctioned leagues also provide for the standardization of rules and supplies. Plus, league prize money is bonded.
Equipment testing and research helps advance the sport.
Your membership card does all that.
And every lane is inspected annually by local association volunteers. In short, everything runs smoother, and sanctioned leagues are a lot more fun.
So have more fun and help shape the future of bowling by making sure your league is sanctioned by the national governing bodies, the ABC, WIBC, or YABA.
This World Team Challenge Orange County event is being brought to you by Ocean Spray. And here at Regal Lanes, the score has Braasch Pro Shops up by 67. For Vise Grips, Mike Tucker will lead it off.
They've got their work cut out for him, Jay.
They had 2 open frames in game 1. He needs a strike. That would get him started.
A little different release there. A lot of forward roll. The ball just rolled out and set up in the pocket. Weak 10-pin. But at least he did hit the pocket. Got him a chance. And a lot of times, I mentioned this a few minutes ago, a lot of times there is a big difference between lanes. And
we've seen some big swings in the second game.
That's exactly right.
Joe Roussin.
Very quickly, for those of you who may have not watched the World Team Challenge in the past, I'll give you an idea of what these players went through to get here. We had 68 teams. They bowled 6 games of qualifying. Normal team competition yesterday. The top 10 of those, based on total pinfall, advanced to the match play, which was contested this morning. And they bowled 10 two-game matches with bonus pins to get to this point, and the top 3 teams with their carryover of their pinfall and their bonuses and such got to the telecast.
A high game. Vise Grips. 1 and 2 there. They're the individual high games. High series to Don Smith. And right now, this is Jim Hamrick. Hamrick down there, leaving the 6-7-10.
Vise Grips just doesn't seem to be able to relax as a team. And sometimes you need some kind of a calming influence, and that might be an experienced veteran or someone that's been here before, it's done this before. That's why a lot of teams will pick up someone like a Chris Barnes, for example.
Chemistry is so important in this kind of competition.
Right. You have to work together as a unit. All 5 guys be on the same wavelength. And again, getting back to that calming influence, the kind of guy can say, okay, guys, this is just bowling. The lanes are the same length as when we're not on television or whether we are, so just make good shots. He has yet to get the ball on the other side of the hit pin. You know that?
You're mentioning Chris Barnes. He bowled in this tournament. Team did not make the finals, but of course he's one of the talented young bowlers in America. Jeff Carr was the top qualifying average leader, 234.1. Vise Grips Storm, and you will see them in the championship match. Qualifying averages.
You know, just looking at the guys sitting on the bench, you can look at the faces of the players, and you don't have to look at the score to know who's ahead. One team smiling, their eyes are all bright and they're ready to go. The other team kind of looking at the floor and wondering what's going on and what's next for us.
Well, there's the strike for Scott Kraye. The sweeper results. Chris Barnes finishing second to Scott Fletcher. Rick Barbaria, who is, of course, involved in the activity right now, bowling for Vise Grips, Costa Mesa. McAleer brings it in.
Sure did. He's the guy that in the first game, remember, went 6-pin, 6-pin, made a little adjustment on this lane, gave it more room, got it back for the strike.
Braasch Pro Shops leads by 81. We'll have more in a moment.
Up there all night, man, it's always just been me and my music. The last thing I ever wanted to worry about were my dentures. I switched to Fix-It-In, so now I know I can start playing at 6 p.m. and swing set after set straight through the dawn.
Fix-It holds stronger, longer than any other cream, even after 12 hours.
You tell me I don't have to worry. That's like music to my ears.
For a stronger, longer hold, Fix-It and forget it.
I play because this duck doesn't mind getting shot at. I play for Prime Sports.
Ducks, Red Wings, Friday at 4:30 on Prime Sports. Phoenix is coming to the Forum, and Vlade and Anthony are ready to turn out the lights on the Suns. It's the Lakers and the Suns, Wednesday at 7:30 on Prime Sports, your home team network.
It's Mortal Kombat, Fists of Fury. Fight night at the Forum, Monday night at 8 on Prime Sports.
The Great One and the Kings are Florida-bound to battle Scott Mellenby and the Panthers. Today at 3 on Prime Sports, your home team network.
81-pin lead for Braasch. Barbaria with a spare. Carr with a spare.
Well, now we get a chance to see if Marv can get it back on the left-hand lane. Remember on lane 60 in the first game, he had trouble getting the ball come back to the pocket. He was swinging it out there quite wide. Maybe the left-hand lane is hooking a little more for him. Lots of room. He actually hooked more than he expected, maybe, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So there is a difference on the left side between the two lanes. We don't know for sure about the right side. You know, maybe he was watching the left-handers on the other team and made an adjustment off their ball reaction, which he throws a lot more hook than they do. That looked like he was playing just about where the anchor man for the Braasch team was playing, right around the third arrow, and it hooked a lot more than his ball did. So might have been, maybe he made an adjustment that he shouldn't have made there. So sometimes you get
maybe
too smart.
He wasn't watching Earl.
Well, it's a beautiful bowling center. 72 lanes, Regal lanes. We're on lanes 59 and 60. And here's the young man I was talking about right here.
He struck out, of course, in game 1. Andy Neeman.
He throws the ball a little harder, a little straighter.
Boy, he has been on target.
He's not having any problems at all, is he?
No, sir. This is a devastating performance by Braasch Pro Shops.
They're going to need it all, I think, when they get up against the team from Anaheim, the Vice Grips team from Anaheim, because it's back to Barry Asher, the Hall of Famer on that team, Billy Meyers Jr., who's bowling anchor for them, one of the outstanding young left-handed talents in the country. Smith, former collegiate champion, U.S. national champion. They've got a tremendous team, tremendous group of talented players on the team in first place. So.
Strike there for Mike Tucker. And now Joe Roussin. A lot of looking up at the scoreboard. I don't think it's going to do much good for Vice Grips of Costa Mesa.
Hoping it's over with.
Right.
But you got to give them credit. They bowled really well to get to this point. They had a chance to lead this.
Look at this. They've had a couple of big breaks, too.
You know, momentum is so important in every sport. You and I have been around sports all our life, Jay. We've seen it happen so many times. That could be the key, momentum.
We'll try to keep the momentum going when we come back right after this.
When do they add the quality to Lynn shoes? It's in every step of the manufacturing process. Quality in every step of your approach. Lynn Shoes.
You only get 15 minutes of fame.
Unless you take someone else's.
11 strikes down. 10 pins up. 1 ball to go.
Home Brew Pub lets you create your very own fresh, homemade beer. If you love beer, don't miss the fun and excitement of making a great tasting case of delicious premium Pilsner right in the corner of your kitchen. With the Home Brew Kit, you'll get everything you need to make the smoothest, most refreshing premium beer you've ever tasted. Anyone can do it. And the name on the label won't be Budweiser, it'll be yours. Just follow the step-by-step directions, then serve friends at your first beer tasting party. So say goodbye to store prices and use the kit over and over for just pennies per bottle. Making beer is almost as good as drinking it. Hey, I did say almost.
To make great-tasting Pilsner beer with a money-back guarantee, call 1-800-274-4064 or send check or money order for $49.95 plus shipping to the address on your screen. No CODs, please, and you must be 21. That number again is 1-800-274-4064. Call now.
Here's Jim Hamrick. Looking good. Oh, my.
Well, when things are bad, they're really bad
there.
sometimes.
Yeah. Wow.
Here's another look at it. Pretty good shot here, right over the third arrow. Ball coming into the pocket quite nicely.
That's a head shaker.
That is. Well, the 5-pin actually went behind the 7.
Yeah.
We've got a real good pin down there, the new Brunswick pins. You got to hit them to get them in these Brunswick pins, and that's the way it's supposed to be.
Here's Rich Souddress.
Rich is the captain. He's the one that really put this team together, and I think he's done a pretty good job. He's got a group of guys here that are handling themselves extremely well when you consider it's their first time on the World Team Championship televised finals. Rich is working his way over. He went Brooklyn, 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 and finally got to the middle head pins. He's getting closer all the time. Maybe in the championship match he'll be the big factor. Who knows? But they will be in that match the way things look now, huh, Jay?
I would say that is a definite. Finishing fourth, Vise Grips from Los Angeles. Fifth, Contour Grips 3 from Vancouver, Washington. Sixth place went to that group from Anaheim. A lead of 104 pins for Braasch Pro Shops.
Now there you go. First you hit the pocket and get the 710, then your next player comes up, hits the pocket and gets the 410. Now how do you figure that out?
Well, I don't think Scott Kraye can figure it out.
Well, at least they're at the point now where it doesn't matter in the match. Here's another look at it. So at least the guys on the bench are smiling about this ball's in the pocket. Well, I attribute things like that to these new bowling balls. I really do. The reactive resin bowling balls don't deflect. You get another look at the further finishers, Jay.
Yeah, it's finishing seventh. The group from San Dimas, California. Bowlers Connection from Arcadia. And a strike for the big man. In ninth place, Contour Power Grips 2, Tacoma, Washington.
I know, I've been there a few times.
Yes, you have. And the fellows from Long Beach finishing 10th.
Well, left-handers seem to be a major factor here at Regal Lanes, Jay, and look at here.
Boy, oh boy.
What kind of a finish is this, boy?
I don't know. You sure those at 710 aren't stuck down there?
710, 410, 710, all in the pocket. Boy, if this had been down to the last 3 guys for the championship of this match, what a finish this would be.
Yes, indeed.
Want to kill somebody. Well, but it can't be, who knows what's going on down there. The other team bowled 224 in that lane.
Well, that's right. Now here again is Jeff Carr.
This team may wish they could carry some of this huge margin they have in this opening match into the championship match, but unfortunately they can't. We start all over. No bonus pins, no carryover.
Another strike for Carr. Braasch Pro Shops up now by 137, and they are going to face Vise Grips Storm of Anaheim, California in our championship match. And of course, a reminder, we have that $25,000 perfect game bonus that is presented by the sponsors of the World Team Challenge.
You see him smiling and laughing. And some of the guys on the bench on his team are making some comments about probably don't hit the pocket, you'll get an opener, or something like that.
Marv Lavasseur to finish it off here for Vise Grips. When you get trounced like this, there's not much else you can do but smile. Huh?
I like his occupation. It just says bowler. He's not a professional bowler. He's a bowler.
Yep.
Used to be when you bowled for a living, you were a professional. Now you can just go out and bowl tournaments all over the country, amateur events, like the World Team Challenge here, and actually make a living throwing a bowling ball without being a member of the Professional Bowlers Association.
A lot of action out there.
There definitely is a lot of action.
Well, the Braasch Pro Shop team has delivered a real thrashing here, and here is Andy Neeman to finish it off.
Talking about momentum again. Many times, you know, this team had to really fight, claw to get to this point. They just hung on to make the telecast, and so they were all pumped up and ready to get into this match, whereas the other team was fighting for the lead, and they were kind of disappointed they didn't lead the tournament. Maybe they were just down a little bit mentally when we started, and that they just never recovered. Psychologist here, right?
Well, I think that has something to do with it.
I feel it definitely has a lot to do with it. Many times you come into a situation like this, and how well you're prepared mentally and physically are major factors. But if you feel confident, you tend to perform well.
Braasch Pro Shops will be meeting Vise Grip Storm of Anaheim, California in our championship match, a 2-game match. And the winner, of course, moves on to the Grand Championship.
Go down and see Pete Fountain when we have the Grand Championship.
Oh, yes. Down in New Orleans, Kenner, Louisiana. So a big victory here. And we have our news from the bowling world coming up in just a few moments.
At R.E. Goodspeed & Sons, we sell fuel, not food. When we tell you the CFN fueling station near you is fast and convenient, it really is. Just pull up to the pump, use your CFN card, and be on your way right away. Your monthly itemized bill shows exact fuel usage, eliminates pilferage, and makes record-keeping a breeze. Convenience is the nearest R.E. Goodspeed & Sons CFN fueling station. Open 24 hours, 7 days a week. When you need us, where you need us.
Slotted, Phillips, even Torx, plus a scratch-all.
He'll have his very own 6-piece socket set, from 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch.
Both slip joint and arc joint pliers.
A level, hammer, and 12-foot power tape measure.
And an 8-inch adjustable wrench.
All organized right here in this handy, custom-fitted storage case.
Every Craftsman hand tool is guaranteed to work forever.
It all comes with this shop-quality work apron for no extra charge. Plus, you save $22 over buying the tools separately.
I wish I had one for myself.
The Craftsman home tool set from Sears, made in the USA and guaranteed forever. Use your Sears card and pay as little as $10 a month. Or use any other credit card and make 3 easy payments of only $33.33. You may also send your check or money order for $99.99 plus shipping and handling and applicable sales tax to the address on your screen. Call right now.
The Brunswick World Team Challenge is brought to you by Treasure Chest Casino, proud host of the 1996 Grand Championships at Don Carter Lanes in Kenner, Louisiana. And now for our championship match. Kip Lentine of the Vise Grip Storm team shaking hands with Joe Roussin of Braasch Pro Shops. Roussin will lead off. 2-game match. The winner goes to the Grand Championship. And that is his 4th strike in 5 attempts. He's been a fine leadoff man.
Well, this team has performed remarkably well when you consider this is their first time on national television as a team. It's amazing. As a matter of fact, I asked them before, how many of you have been on television before? And one of them said, well, I've been on once.
Here is Gip Lentine.
I remember Gip bowling on the PBA Tour years ago when I was out there, Jay, so.
Yeah, he's 44 years old, a pro shop operator from Riverside, California. This is an all Southern California team here.
It's kind of interesting the way they've got their lineup down, too. They've got Gip Lentine leading off, Barry Asher, their Hall of Famer, bowling second, and then 3 young kids. The oldest is 22 at the bottom.
This is Rich Souddress. Souddress was 0 for 4 as far as strikes go. And
he never did get the ball to the right-hand side of the head pin. Now, if he starts performing well for him, I'd say that the Vice Grips team's in a lot of trouble. No.
Oh, a spinner. He got the spinner.
Here's another look at it. He's made an adjustment on the lane. He's moved to the right, so he's playing more angle to the pocket, but he still hasn't got it over there.
Used a different ball that time.
Oh, he did? I didn't notice that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that one struck for him anyway. Maybe he's got the magic ball there.
Here is Barry Asher. Barry's 49 now, lives in Lakewood, California, owns an embroidery company out here.
Watch how Barry goes to the foul line, Jay. He won't even set his feet. He just gets up there, starts putting his hand in the ball, and he never stops moving. See how he's just always moving, just kind of stutter steps, and then away he goes. Because Barry, if he gets set, he can't just get out there and pull the trigger for some reason.
3-time Bowling Magazine First Team All-American. For Braasch Pro Shops, Mike McAleer.
I'm impressed with Mike's game. I like the way he gets to the foul line, and he's got good balance. He gets out of the ball extremely well. Good ball speed, keeps it on line. And as soon as I said that, he hit the middle of the head.
Braasch Pro Shops with a decisive victory over Vice Grips Costa Mesa in our first match, 438 to 304, 134 pin advantage.
Only the 4 and the 8 here. Really not a hard spare for a left-hander. Shouldn't have any problem here. Look out. Let it hook away from it. Those are the kind of mistakes that can cost you a championship, again, especially against a team that is as talented as I feel that this team is, the Vice Grips team from Anaheim. Not really a weakness in their lineup.
Mike DeVaney. Mike's 22 years old, a professional bowler from Escondido. He's going to be out on tour this year, and that's why.
And it just gets better and better. They got the 2 old guys on top. Get them out of the way. Let the kids take over at the bottom.
Move about. We'll return with more from the Regal Lanes in Orange County, California, right after these messages.
Getting the proper feel is important to every bowler. Grip inserts provide you with that proper feeling on every shot. That's why today's top professionals choose only Contour Power Grips. And you should too.
Contour Power Grips. The best bowlers in the world choose Contour Power Grips. Ask your pro shop professional for Contour Power Grips. The grips that legends use.
You crave that taste. That big, bold cranberry taste. That one-of-a-kind ocean spray taste. There's just nothing like it. Wow.
College basketball, starring UCLA as the defending champs. Also starring teams from the Pac-10, Conference USA, the Atlantic 10, and many more. College basketball, a Prime Sports production.
Jeff Carr, who struck on 3 of his 4 opportunities in the first match. Keeps it going.
Oh, yeah, he's pumped. This whole team is pumped up. They figure they're going to win this, and the way they're going, there's a good chance they will. But, again, it comes down to what the little young guys can do for the Vice Grip Anaheim team. If these young guys perform like I expect them to, it's going to be awful hard for a Braasch team to hang on and stay with them.
There's our youngest competitor in the championship, 21-year-old Robert Smith from Moore Park, California. Another one of these fellows that bowls for a living, and he's just a youngster.
Yeah, he's done a lot in those 21 years with the bowling ball, though. He's been around a long time as far as his experience. It belies his age because he's been the 1993 National Amateur Champion. He's been on the Team USA for 2 years in a row, and he can play. He definitely can move around on the lane, make things happen. He's got a lot of talent.
A league average of 224.
Watch how he shoots this 10-pin. Now, this is the way you should shoot it. He's going to stand to the left. He's going to use a lot of ball speed here, throw it pretty hard, pretty straight. The idea is just to hit it. See how he's holding his hand now so he doesn't hook it? Not going to use his wrist. Just open it up, throw it hard, just like that.
Oh, and it slipped. He looked down real quick. Well, that thing just flew off his hand.
Yeah, he uses a lot of ball speed. He just got a little nervous there, and the ball fell off his hand. You can see he's really pulling down hard here, and the ball's gone. He almost, you could see his hands squeezed together like he was trying to hold on to it. It was just coming off before he was ready.
Very powerful young man. Andy Neeman, the anchor for Braasch Pro Shops, 6 for 7 in the strike opportunities up to now.
Well, only the baby, the 3 and the 7. Shouldn't be any real problem. The idea is to get it between the 2 pins, let the ball deflect off the 3 pin into the 7. You'll switch balls, go to a ball that doesn't hook very much, smooth, hard surface, and just try to fit it between them. Let it deflect into the 7.
Wow.
Piece of cake, huh?
Yes, indeed. It's going very well for Braasch Pro Shops.
I'll tell you, he has performed remarkably well. I'm really impressed.
Well, we got our first look at Billy Meyers, Jr. He's just 22, professional bowler from Temple City, California. This young man may well be the PBA Rookie of the Year.
He's performed extremely well on the Pro Tour. And he looks like a star of the future. I think he's got the talent.
Oh, how smooth, how smooth.
Thinks well. He can handle his emotions extremely well. I watched him on the PBA Tour, and I'm impressed with his ability, and he's really a nice young man, and he's got the kind of demeanor to perform well, and I think under pro competition.
His dad, a fine bowler. He's got to have the genes, huh?
You bet.
Back to Joe Roussin.
Another look at that last shot. You can see the ball well out in the lane. He just couldn't let go of that one. I don't know what happened there, but whether his thumb wouldn't come out or what it was, but he definitely didn't get that ball off his hand the way he wanted to. And this is not going to be an easy spare. The 5-8. The ball's hooking hard on the back. He's got to be careful.
Oh, he just did get it.
Well, it's a good thing those are brand new Brunswick pins. They don't have the bellies beat in at all. He would have missed that one.
Well, we're back to Gip Lentine. He has a regional PBA title to his credit. First WTC TV appearance.
Gip always been one of the nice guys. He's got a great personality, easy to get along with, just kind of a fun guy to bowl with. Baby split for the right-hander. 3-10. Again, he did just what the lefty did. Try to fit it between them. The ball that won't hook. Must be an easy shot, huh?
Yes, it must be.
Or they're very good bowlers.
All right, we'll return with more of the Brunswick World Team Challenge right after these messages.
Absolute power corrupts.
Abso-frickin-lutely!
It's not enough to love the game. You gotta love to win.
Don't roll with the punches.
throw them.
My grandfather started Lynn Shoe Company in 1919. That's a lot of years, a lot of bowling shoes.
Jeff Lind, president of Lind Shoes.
Bowling's changed over the years, so have our shoes. We offer different soles and heels in many styles to fit your game. One thing that stayed the same over 75 years, that's the Lynn quality. That's the key. Our shoes are comfortable, durable, and they perform. We're proud of Lynn shoes because they keep getting better.
We care as much about bowling as you do.
Mike Albee on bowling.
Getting the right grip is really important for a good game.
Hey, Mike, here's a tip. The American Bowling Congress has teamed with Marine Midland Bank to offer a Gold MasterCard with a great 12.9% on transfer balances. Get a grip on your finances by using your line of credit checks. You get a free subscription to Bowling Magazine, and you'll support the ABC every time you use your card.
That's a great tip.
Thanks, Mike.
Hey, get your own card.
The ABC MasterCard.
If you need extra strength medication to treat itchy skin, you're not alone.
I shave my legs frequently, and it can be kind of painful and itchy.
Now you can solve your itchy skin problems with extra strength Gold Bond medicated powder.
I can relieve the burning and itching almost immediately.
Extra strength Gold Bond has an extra strength triple action formula. We take our proven absorbing action, then add more pain reliever for medicating action, and extra zinc oxide for drying action.
It's very cooling and soothing.
Extra strength Gold Bond medicated powder.
Souddress hit the pocket for the first time and picked up the strike, and Asher left the 7 and then converted for the spare. Braasch Pro Shops in the lead. McAleer. Got them all.
Well, things are going their way, Jay, and again, this is the team with the momentum, and they could be the giant killers today. They've got a tough team to beat, but they're putting the pressure on. Here's another look at that shot. The solid 8. The head pin does all the damage. Comes off the wall.
And he loved it.
I wouldn't want to get in his way when he's running it out, I'll tell you.
Wow, no. Mike DeVaney.
Makes it look easy, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Got that great free arm swing, creates a lot of ball speed, real good rotation on the ball, gets it way down the lane before it hooks. Look at this good free arm swing. Now watch, he plants the foot, pulls the ball through, gives it that big wrist action. Ball goes 55 feet, then turns into the pocket, 10 in the pit.
Here's Jeff Carr. If he could strike, it would put Braasch up by 28.
He knew when he let go of that one it wasn't going to get there, and it just came off his hand a lot quicker than he wanted it to. Didn't get the rotation he wanted. If you don't get the rotation, it doesn't do a whole lot.
The 3-5-6-9, the bucket.
The dinner bucket.
Let's see if he can get to the table.
Most guys will try to go just off their strike line with this and let it hook across like a Brooklyn shot. Should cover the spare. That's what he's doing here. Perfect cover.
No problem. Here again is Robert Smith. And Darrell talked about the tremendous amount of experience this young 21-year-old bowler has.
He's got a good game. He's got good fundamentals, good arm swing. He can get out of the ball very clean. If he can get a good rotation on it, he can develop a lot of ball speed. All these things are major factors with these new bowling balls. Ball's just hooking a little early for him. He's opening up the lane a little bit. By that I mean he's trusting the ball, but it's hooking sooner than he expects it to, and that's what's causing the problems for him. He can't keep it on the right side of the head pin.
Marketing manager, Bob Forensic. Gentleman's been a great deal of help to us.
Nice man, too.
Yes, indeed.
For the spare, not an easy one. 3-6-10. There's the ball speed, and he missed it
Boy,
again.
Earl, he does. You know, I've been sitting here watching bowling with you for a long time. I think I've seen too many people throw it with more speed than he does.
Unfortunately, it's not going where he wants it to go.
Right.
He's missed the 10 pin today, and now he's missed the 3-6-10.
It's 2 opens for Smith. Andy Neeman, lead is 26.
Andy has been really spectacular today. Another great shot, solid 7-pin. I'm impressed with this Braasch team. They're handling this very well. They're all in there really fighting. They're acting like a unit out there. They're talking to each other. And this is the guy I think is keeping them together. Andy has been extremely tough when they needed him the most.
Braasch is going to have the lead after this first game. They have been in the driver's seat throughout. Huge victory in match 1. Now taking the lead here, winning this first game of the 2-game championship match.
And he's making it look easy, isn't he?
199.
Now let's see if young Billy Meyers Jr. can pick up a few pins here. He can keep them real close. He can strike it out for, I believe, 184, which will put him only 15 pins down, which is nothing in the Baker system. Wow. I don't know what was on his mind there, but that ball never had a chance. He really got it out near the channel. They don't come back from there. That's no man. That's out of bounds out there.
And he's left the 139.
Not an easy spare. This he wants to cross the head pin with the ball, get it to hook to the right-hand side, and if he should be just a hair short with the release or slow with the ball speed, it'll hook away from the head pin and he'll miss it. Good cover.
Nicely done. Yeah. Ken Knapp, a wonderful gentleman, national director of the ABC. Big crowd on hand here in Southern California at the Regal lanes in Orange County.
Billy's just trying to figure out some way to get to the pocket right now.
Well, the victory here for Braasch, 199-174. We'll return in a moment. Yep, Lentine will lead it off for Vice Grip Storm. And that's the way to do it. A $25,000 perfect game bonus. Of course, is presented by the sponsors of the World Team Challenge.
It's kind of interesting that just giving you a little background here, the team that finishes higher in the standings gets to pick the starting lane, and Vice Grips Anaheim decided they wanted to finish on lane 59 basically by starting on lane 60, and I think that's because when they practiced they felt they had a better shot on lane 59, and if they could stay close maybe they could pull away in the second game.
Roussin doing an outstanding job as the leadoff man for Braasch Pro Shops. Here's Barry Asher.
Never stops moving, always fidgets. Just can't seem to set himself and still make the shot he wants. See him moving, never stops. The feet are moving, the feet are moving. There he goes. There's trouble. Ooh, ball set up really well for him. I thought it was going to hook, and it stayed right there. Barry has always had a tremendous wrist action. He's been, I thought, one of the best in the business at rotating the wrist. You know, people think you get rotation on the ball with your fingers. That's not true. You just guide the ball with your thumb and your fingers. The wrist creates the power and the strength to rotate the ball, and Barry's always had that tremendous wrist action.
Rich Souddress had 2 strikes in game 1 of this championship match. He, along with Vice Grip Storm's Mike DeVaney, the only 2 players to have the 2 strikes.
He just can't seem to get comfortable, Jay. It's amazing. He has yet to get the ball on the right-hand side of the head pin. He did get that Brooklyn strike that was key for them when he tripped that 6-pin that time earlier, but now he's got a tough spare. He's going to find out if he can get the ball on the right-hand side of the lane, because if he doesn't, he won't make this spare. He wants to get it between the 1 and the 3 pin. The ball should take out the 9. Here's a look at the spare. That's trouble. He just can't seem to get the ball off his hand. It looks to me like he's just out of time at the foul line. He just can't seem to get there with his feet or where he wants them, and he can get the ball out in front of him.
Mike DeVaney has been very impressive.
Yes, he has, and this is where it all starts for this team. Right here, it goes right through the anchor man. Those 3 guys have to perform. These 3 young guys have to get it done for this team if they're going to win this match.
He's yelling at the pins.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Well, he's trying to get his team pumped up. They've just been kind of sitting there, and this is how you do it. You throw a good shot, and you get a little bit of a break there to trip out the 4, but watch his reaction. He isn't saying something nice, is he? Looks like Ernie. Remember Ernie Schlegel when he won the big turn?
Yeah.
It looks like Ernie Schlegel out there. He's telling him what he thinks. This is the guy on this side of the lane, the left-hander, who's been so good today, and this time he let it get away, and the baby split again.
Mike McAleer.
Things can turn around so quickly in the Baker system, and we've seen it happen so often. A 25-pin lead can go in 1 shot, and so often happens, it'll come down to the anchor men and who can perform the best. And today, without question, the anchor man who's been the best has been Andy Neeman. He's just been outstanding. But when it comes down between he and Billy Meyers, which it very, very well could, who knows what'll happen? Billy Meyers, the young, outstanding pro rookie.
The lead is cut to 13. Robert Smith.
He's got to get going. He hasn't helped him yet. Got to do it now.
There you go.
There's some trust there. And he gave that ball a lot of room, had tremendous power on the shot. Here's another look at it. He's playing around the 3rd arrow, but look how far down the lane it is and how wide it is before it hooks. Clear out around the 5 board. Look at his eyes. He knew he made a good shot there. He's just a matter of carrying the 10 pin. He got them all.
Jeff Carr. He's been extremely sharp as well this afternoon.
The left-handers have really bowled well for this team, and they're the ones that are going to have to do it when it comes down to it. He and Andy Neeman are going to be the guys.
Just outstanding play here at the Regal Lanes.
Here's another look at it. Look at the rotation. Now see the different rotation? This is end over end. The ball doesn't hook near as much, but it holds the energy. And here's his reaction.
Billy Meyers Jr.
They really need Billy Meyers to get going. He has to really do well this last game. And there's how you do it right there. And Billy's pumped.
Yeah, all of a sudden you can feel the momentum swing a little bit.
I think they liked 59 better in practice. I think especially their last 2 players. They were more comfortable in practice watching them. So maybe that's why they decided they wanted to finish there.
Andy Neeman.
Boy, has he been good today, huh? Still good. Boy.
These are 2 teams that are hot, hot, hot. We'll be back in a moment. Braasch Pro Shops, now the lead is 3. And it'll be Lentine to start the final round of this 2nd game of the championship match.
Well, now it's when it all comes down to who can perform the best under pressure, and this is what it's all about. This is what the Baker system and the World Team Challenge are all about. 5 guys working together last time around for each player.
Gets them all.
And this is why they led the tournament. These guys, they're all from this area, the Southern California area. They bowl together. They know each other. They know how to make things happen. You know, the Southern California contingent of teams just won't let anybody else win around here. They just keep it in this area.
Well,
maybe it's good they don't go anywhere else, huh?
Well, this Braasch group, of course, all these fellas are from Southern California. This is the 4th year that the World Team Challenge has been here in this area. It's been very successful. And here is Roussin. Joe has the strike. Boy, oh boy.
Well, here it is. It doesn't get much better than this, and especially in the World Team Challenge, another great shot when they really needed it. 10 in the pit. Now it's up to Barry Asher to answer. Still only a 3-pin difference between these two teams for the championship.
Roussin has been perfect on lane 60.
Last time Barry left that solid 10-pin.
Here's Barry Asher. My, oh my.
A lot of adrenaline going out there right now. And
Earl, this is about as good as it gets.
Oh, yeah. Player for player. And here's the guy that could be the key to the whole situation. If he can get something good to happen, regardless of where he throws it, if he can carry the Brooklyn even. Remember, he has yet to get the ball on the right-hand side of the head pin. They need him to at least fill the frame. If he should get a strike, it's a bonus.
Rich Souddress. Brooklyn again.
But he got them all, and that's what it's all about. And not only does that look at his team, they are up and they're ready. But you know what that does? The other team sitting on the bench thinking,
what do we have to do?
How can they carry that stuff? I mean, you know, it just their reaction, the two, you can see Billy Meyers head down over there. That's what I'm talking about. That's a demoralizing thing for the other team. So it's a double shot at you.
Mike DeVaney. Three-pin.
This is one of those things, well, who's going to blink first? Well, they blinked first. Now it comes down to the opportunity for Braasch's team to, with another strike, really hurt them. And we're down to the guys that are getting paid to throw the strikes now.
These are the bread and butter people, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Don't get careless. Pick up the spare.
Whoa.
That's a lot of times, you know, you're on a string of strikes like that and you leave an easy spare, you get a little lazy, and he almost did there. That would have been disaster.
Yes, it would.
Still a great match.
Mike McAleer for Braasch Pro Shops.
Advantaged, in my opinion, to Braasch Pro Shops at this point. 3 guys left on their team, and all 3 of them have been bowling very well.
Well, a strike would have put them up by 14.
Well, he threw it well. A lot of ball speed there, and he just tried to force the ball down the lane and into the pocket area. Here's another look at it. Big, strong guy, giving it everything he's got. Just maybe 1/8 of an inch from being perfect. Again, don't be careless. Pick up the spares. Fill the frames.
McAleer converts.
This big crowd's starting to really get into this, Jay. You can hear him screaming in the background.
There you see it. Braasch by 3. And we come down to Robert Smith, Jeff Carr, Billy Meyers Jr., and Andy Neeman to decide this one. Winner goes to the Grand Championship in August in Louisiana.
Well, he's ready.
Boy.
That's the best shot he's made.
The disappointment of game 1, he has come back strong here.
Mm-hmm. Well.
And now the pressure shifts over to Carr, who's had a wonderful day.
Oh, the 2 left-handers.
Keep it going.
That's what it's all about. These 2 left-handers for Braasch's, they have to perform. They get to finish first. Big advantage. On Barry Asher's team, they finish first. You know, anything can happen. If he strikes out, Billy Meyers puts some pressure on. It might be the end of it.
Oh, he got the...
They could have had them all
10
at this
pin.
point.
Yeah, that 10 pin went banging off the wall.
You know, when Mike McAleer left that 8-pin, that was to break that string of strikes and put that together with this one. It's a 24-pin advantage instead of what we see here. Only 3. Big difference. Just that 1 pin standing up there. Billy Meyers. A lot of pressure for a young man right here.
Oh, and it's the 7 standing.
But it's not over, folks. Believe me. It's not over. You saw the man bow his head. That was the anchor man, Andy Neeman, for Braasch's Pro Shops. He was thinking, well, it's all up to me, and he knows that. It's a lot of pressure. You got 4 other guys depending on you to perform. They can't help you anymore.
Meyers wanted that strike.
He hasn't made the spare yet.
No.
Very important he pick this up. Here's another look at the first one. You can see he's playing the second arrow, getting it out near about the 5 board at 30 feet. Ball comes back, but it didn't have a lot of rotation on the back end. You can see by its deflection where the ball went into the pit area right around the 8 pin. Deflected a lot. That means it wasn't gripping the lane very hard, and that's why the weak 7.
He was rooting so much for that when he ended up down at lane 53. You saw the look on Neeman's face. Now Meyers to finish it out.
Count is very important. As many pins as you can here. Got them all.
All right.
Well, we're down to the nitty-gritty.
239 for a total of 413. And now Andy Neeman, the 24-year-old.
Looks like spare 7 to win, and if he can just get the ball in the pocket area, he's trying to be aggressive. He really wants this strike more than anything else. Gave it a little room. Got an easy spare. Spare 7 to tie, spare 8 to win. So pick this up, hit the pocket. Sometimes it's harder to get 8 or 9 pins than it is to get a strike. You know, you tend to get a little careless and steer the ball, and it gets away from you. First, make the spare. I'd like to be able to take his pulse right now.
Oh, boy. Hasn't this been a splendid performance by both these teams?
There's the spare.
So, 7 to tie.
We have a tie.
8 to win.
Which is very possible here. If he should get 7, we'd have a tie. If that were to happen, it would be a 9th and 10th frame roll-off between 2 players from each team. You can pick 2 players, put them out there, and we'll have a 9th and 10th frame roll-off, which you can see the reaction of some of the players. They don't think they're going to win this, and their heads are down. The young guys are taking it pretty hard. It's not over. 8 to win. Gotta hurry. Gotta hurry. Oh, he got it.
There he is. He got 9, and they're the winners.
The Cinderella team with the momentum came through.
Came from the number 3 position. Braasch Pro Shops here from Orange, California. 2:16 in this game, 4:15 for the match. A 2-pin win for Braasch Pro Shops. We'll be back to salute the champions right after this. Here is our winning team here in California. Braasch Pro Shops, a tremendous victory it was. Jim Otterstrom, the vice president of Brunswick, to present the plaque.
I'm still catching my breath from that last match, and on behalf of Brunswick, I'd like to congratulate you on an exciting tournament. Congratulations.
Pass that down, Rich. Here is Brent Daves with Ocean Spray to present the ring.
Rich, congratulations, and on behalf of ABC, Pepsi-Cola, and our Ocean Spray partnership, I want to please award you the championship rings as an exciting finish, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Kathy O'Keefe, who's the manager here at Regal Lanes. We've had a great time, and what a wonderful match this was.
We have had an excellent time. We've enjoyed it. I want to thank my staff. I have a wonderful staff. Thank you all for all this help. And on behalf of Lynn's Jackets and Shoes, I'd like to congratulate you all. Thank you, and hope to see you again next year.
Thank you.
This was some victory for you fellas, and it seemed that you got the early momentum. Earl and I were talking about it, and you just built on each other.
We sure tried. I just glad to be a part of this wave, and these guys held me up the whole time.
Well, I think Mr. Carr is going to have a shiner tomorrow, isn't he?
Yeah, he got nailed pretty good, Andy. It was worth it. But it was worth it. His wife is here, so she'll understand.
I thought, Earl, certainly the way the Carr-Neeman duo worked, it was tremendous as this one went right to the wire.
It was, and what it came down to, were the left-handers that strong for you all through the week or just today?
Yes, they were. They did a great job yesterday. Jeff was the top average, I think, for the tournament. And like I said, Joe and I, the only righties on the team, just kind of held our own and rode them along.
You were kind of searching for the pocket.
Oh, believe me, I just did not want to sail the ball right, so I just made sure I kept the ball in play and hung in there.
Well, that last strike you got was very key.
Oh, I'll take it. I'm definitely taking it.
The Brooklyn strike's what I'm referring to.
Yeah, I thought that was the one.
Yeah, there briefly.
Still 10 in the pit, and that's what mattered.
That's what matters.
You fellas, of course, win your way now to the Grand Championship in Louisiana, and I hope you can carry over. This was a really remarkably fine performance here today.
Thank you. This time I will show up and help them out.
All right. Well, we thank you all very, very much. We wish you good luck, and we will see you at the Grand Championship. There they are, the champions, here at Regal Lanes. The next World